Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2025. So my first review of 2025 is going to be the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Dark Knight Rises Batman Armory with Bruce Wayne. And I have already done a quick video just to tide you over. It was a true light outdoor natural light video on the Batman figure and the Bruce Wayne that's in this box. And I will tell you straight out of the gate, the Batman figure that comes with this set is the best 1/6 scale Christian Bale Batman that Hot Toys have ever produced. So this is an exciting video. I've got other Batmans to compare him to and see how he looks next to the new Bane by Hot Toys, the latest Joker, Heath Ledger. We're going to get into all of it, and I hope you enjoy this one. Hit the like button for me. Let's help more people find this review. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you have not done already. You don't want to miss out on the content that's coming up. So hit the subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333 for plenty of pictures. Enjoy the review, folks. Massive box, beautiful, very heavy and huge. So that's the box. Armory doesn't really need any assembly. It does come with a remote control for the lights, which is very convenient. I know you guys want to get straight to the Batman, so we'll do that and then we'll come back to the Armory. I just wanted to try something quickly. This is my current, the Dark Knight figure I've had for a while now. It's actually, when it's on display, it's the original Armory suit and body from Hot Toys, the one from the Dark Knight that came with Alfred and Bruce Wayne. But I use a DX19 head on this setup. So I just wanted to see if it would fit in the Armory here, because I want to use the actual bat suit from this Armory set as a Batman figure separately, because it's so good. But this is the old Armory body and suit, but with the new neck and cowl, empty cowl attached to it. And it doesn't quite meet up at the shoulders with those parts of the Armory that are meant to grip onto it, but it does stand in there quite nicely. I know the cape is not supposed to be on there at the moment, folks. I just popped it in there to see if it fits, but that's good because it means I can have this suit in display on the Armory and have Bruce Wayne looking at it, and I can use the new Batman figure that comes with it as a Batman figure separately. And here he is, folks, the Batman. The Batman in 1/6 scale from the Dark Knight Rises. Taller. Stock cape is awesome. We'll get to that in a minute. The likeness is there. You only get one mouth plate, but he usually had his mouth kind of like this, especially in the second two films. Mouth was always kind of slightly open. But look at the silhouette of it, the thickness of the neck. This, when I got it in my hands, felt like a significant step up from all the other ones I've owned in the past. Everything just lines up really well. My favorite area is the neck transition to the cowl. We'll see that on the rotating base in a moment. Moving eyes. I think that really looks like Christian Bale, especially in the Dark Knight Rises. So many moments that I'm seeing right here. Like when he is with Robin and he says, you gave me an army, don't thank me yet, might not get another chance. That bit. It looks a lot like him there, the shape of the cowl. Different shape to the shoulder armor now. I think basically the whole thing's been redone. We'll see it next to the old Armory suit in a moment. Nice length to the cape as well. It's a nice thin material. It hangs really well, and as you saw in the outdoor video recently, it just reacts beautifully to a breeze. Flapping around all epic. Beautiful. And you see how the back of the cowl lines up nicely with the neck. You don't have a big gap between the chin area at the end of the cowl and the beginning of the neck there at the front. It all lines up quite nice. It just looks more realistic, like he's actually in the suit. Little thing I did was you kind of just press down on the head and push up on his chest armor, and it just brings it a little bit closer together. Makes the neck look even thicker. Look at that though, that is incredible. That's like quarter scale Hot Toys Dark Knight Batman quality, but shrunk down to 1/6, maybe even better, who knows. But this is gorgeous, folks. Look at that. Look at the cowl. And the detail on his skin as well, on the mouth plate. Definitely a step up, big step up from the last ones. No doubt about it. Very glad to have this now. And I've never been that excited about Dark Knight's suit because I'm pure Batman Begins all the way, but this figure has made me really appreciate the suit. I really like it. It's just really, really satisfying. Definitely worth the upgrade. Alright, rotating base action. It's a really nice stock cape. I don't see any reason to upgrade to a custom one, but never say never, you know. I've probably just got that first, ooh, it's a really nice cape feeling. And that'll wear off soon. It does have those kind of pleat lines or whatever at the shoulders that aren't supposed to be there, but I just think the material's really nice. It's a massive upgrade from the kind of Christian Bale capes we usually get from Hot Toys for the 1/6 scale figures. It's, again, a big upgrade there. So I think most folks will be very happy with this cape. The proportions look fantastic. I got one of the knees bent just a little bit, just to make him look a little bit more alive as he stands there. You can see those pleats, all the stitch lines, whatever they are. I'll show you them close up in a minute. Right, check this out as he turns. The head, the neck, shoulder transition, length of the arms, the chest, the stomach, thighs, cape length. It's all looking really on point to me. I'm excited for people. I am. It's an expensive set. I got mine on eBay. Cost a bit of money, fair bit of money, but I hesitated for a good few days. When it first released, I wasn't even interested, and then I saw the figure hideout video, and yeah, I was like, damn it, that does look really good. And even though the Batman Begins suit is my favourite suit, I do want a really good representation of this suit in 1/6 scale to go with all my other figures. I was more than happy with the quarter scale Dark Knight Hot Toys figure that I have. That's always been a great piece, the original one. The new one looks awesome as well. But in 1/6 scale, I always kind of struggled to feel happy with my 1/6 scale Dark Knight suit Batman, even though there's technically Dark Knight Rises, of course, which did have some slight changes. I can't list them all for you here. I'm not even 100% sure what they are, but to me, it did look a bit more dark, the suit. The neck looked a bit thicker in Dark Knight Rises. Something about the cowl looked a bit more aggressive to me. Like the nose area was a bit different. Transition from the gloves to the gauntlets was a bit different. And maybe some slight colour changes on the kind of chest section and these armour bits on the side of the bicep there. Like in the Dark Knight, it seemed a bit more just grey, and then they added a slight tone to it, as you can see here, which I know a lot of people aren't a fan of. My friend Carl said it looked green to him, and I didn't quite see that at first, but now I got it in person. You could argue that there's a weird sort of greenish tinge to the certain sections of the armour, but I guess that all depends on the lighting and where you got it situated. But I am so pleased with this, and I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy. It's inevitable, Hot Toys released it this way first, so you have to get the whole Dark Knight Rises Armory set. Then they're doing it again as the Dark Knight Armory set. And then, once they do that, they'll use all this again for a big, everything, 4 different mouth plates, an updated, again, Bruce Wayne head. Who knows what else they'll do. So if you wait long enough, you'll get an opportunity to get this suit on its own, but you might have a long wait for that to actually happen, maybe not. But I think the armory is gorgeous. We're going to check that out soon, and we'll take a look at Bruce Wayne, who's being all moody at the moment. He's looking over there. You can see that the break in the hair where the back of the head comes off. I mean, that is ugly. There's no hiding it. It's right in your face if he's not staring directly at you. But I still really like that Bruce Wayne. We'll talk about that. I'll get him in a fighting pose for you. Let's see what the arms can do. Put some fists on him. I'll just show you the connection. The cape just plugs in, same way they usually do. But you do have those stitch lines there. See that? Coming over the shoulder. I don't really care. You don't notice it when he's just on display, kind of looking at you. But very nice cape. And I have got a lot of light on him right now, but the cape is much darker than the suit around it, so it does have that nice... See, it's getting that green look to the armor. See that? That is weird. It is weird. Depends where you're filming it from. That's suddenly from above, it just jumped out at me. I was like, whoa, that's green. And I'm using my Canon camera. It does capture the colours accurately. But that could be a reaction to the old LED lights I got pointed at him, possibly. Alright, so got him in a fighting pose and just stuck him on the base here that I'm using for him to keep him stable. He's pretty stable on his own feet, but I ain't risking it with a figure that cost me this much just to get Batman. You know, I had to get the whole armory set just to get this new suit, and that's how they get you. Those cheeky f***ers at Hot Toys. Yeah, fighting pose. Got the elbow guards still sticking out. In the movie they were attached to the mesh suit underneath. Because the front of the gloves has been removed, you can kind of push the gauntlets further forward and they don't jut out as obviously as they did. They still do, that you can see, but in the past it was hideous. And I think there may be a way for me to fix this. I'm thinking if I just super glue, I'm not going to do it, but I'm just thinking, you know, possibly if I super glue that elbow guard to the suit underneath it, the suit's movable, so he'll still be able to bend his elbow and have his arms straight, but that part of the armor for his elbow will be stuck to the suit like it's meant to be, and I shouldn't lose any movement, you know, because it's not exactly stretchy undersuit, but I'd imagine there's a bit of stretch to it because it's material. So I think in the future, once I'm feeling a little bit more brave about it, you heard it here first, I'm thinking about gluing those elbow guards to the suit so that they stop sticking out the way they do here. Because a figure like this, you can have him in a fight pose like this permanently, because you're not going to ruin the suit. And it's such a cool look. It would be nice to be able to rock him like this without looking at those elbow guards all the time thinking, that looks ugly. But he looks awesome. There's no doubt about it. It's a friggin' awesome Batman figure, folks. So that is the Selina Kyle, the latest Hot Toys Selina Kyle base. Got custom Batman nameplate for it to go along with Bane. Yeah, so done plenty of research over the years. That bit is supposed to be attached to the mesh. Certain pictures are more obvious than others, like you can see here. I think this is the suit on display at a museum or whatever. But yeah, I think in reality this section here was a lot softer. The suit that Christian Bale was wearing, probably the gauntlets were a little bit firmer, not too sharp to avoid people getting hurt, I guess. But I'd imagine this is quite, not soft, but not solid, and I imagine this bit is just a kind of soft bit that kind of, you know, sticks to the mesh, but you can see it is attached to it. And where is it? Yeah, there's another one. Christian Bale doing a screen test with a Dark Knight suit, and you can just see it kind of attached there, and that's too dark, but you can see it there too. This is another screen test picture. You know, some could argue it looks like it's separate. It's not. It's glued or whatever. It's stuck to it. And this is a picture from a magazine when the Dark Knight Rises was coming out. Let me just turn up the brightness. But in this promotional image, you can see that the suit was darker and the neck was thicker. But I don't remember. See, this looks very grey to me. I don't know whether maybe Hot Toys did that on purpose. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past them. Let's do a really good upgraded suit, but let's make these bits weird and green so that, you know, Dean will buy it. And then a couple of years later we'll do this suit again, but with the correct colours. I don't know. Wouldn't put it past them. But this is the Dark Knight. I mean, that certainly doesn't look green there. This is very grey. Maybe with the Dark Knight Armory, they'll have. Do you know what though? I'm looking at that with my actual eyes. I just peered over at it, and it looks grey again. Oh, hang on, bit of green, no grey. Don't know, folks. Don't know. This is a weird one. Let's go over here. Let's move around the room a bit in the more kind of normal lighting, and see how it's reading on camera. It's more grey than green. I think we're alright, folks. Forgive the mess. It is madness in here. Nothing makes sense. Transformers mixing with horror figures. Joker's over there. Yeah, I think we're alright. Something about the LED lights maybe having an effect, but in person, these bits are reading more grey than anything else. Such a great looking figure. Looks like you're holding Batman in your hand for real. There's been a lot of that on the channel lately with the Joker stuff, and now this. And the Dune Paul Atreides figure, that's here as well. I need to review that very soon. And arrived yesterday, the Mifune Caustic Plastic Ronin and Samurai figures. That will be next on the channel after this, the Caustic Plastic review, and then the next in-art video, Dune. So it's busy times. There is something about holding it in your hand and showing it like this though. It just, I don't know, really hits it home how real they are. I'm just holding it in my hand. Looks like it's really him shrunk down. Okay, so on the left you have my old Hot Toys original Dark Knight Armory Batman, but he does have Medicon boots on, so factor that in how you will to the height situation. Old Hot Toys Armory Dark Knight with Bruce Wayne and Alfred, but it does have the DX19 head sculpt on it, and it's the Armory neck. Custom cape, I believe that one's by Jackson on the left, and on the right we have the latest Dark Knight Rises Batman with a stock cape, and he's taller, better proportioned, and just overall a big improvement. There is a difference between the tone of the armor here. Because of the LEDs, I guess we're getting that slight greenish tone to the new one. Come over here to the old original Hot Toys Dark Knight Armory. Definitely more of a grey. There's none of that green coming through. But yeah, it does change when we come over here to the new one. The lines on the cowl are more pronounced. All the definitions just a bit deeper, a bit more pronounced on the new one. This is the DX19 head sculpt. Cowl is softer. Definitely not as aggressive looking. The ears on this one are more like Batman Begins ears to me. You have that kind of devil, slight turn in, devil horn thing going on. Not so much over here with the DX19. The likeness is very good on the DX19. It's very nice. I just feel it's stronger here on the new one. Okay, again, the DX19 head sculpt on the left, the new Hot Toys Dark Knight Rises head sculpt on the right. And you can see a nasty little gap. Mind you, that is the DX19 head on the old Dark Knight Armory neck. I didn't like... See, I had the DX19 and I basically Frankenstein together what I felt looked best at the time. So it's mostly the old Hot Toys Dark Knight Armory, but with the DX19 head there and a custom cape. But it's just looking a bit awkward. It just doesn't look like a human head is really in there, and I don't know. It's been outclassed now by the new one. Like the gloves better as well, these new gloves. Prefer the detail on those. One more look at these two together. Belt's got a slightly different tone to it as well on the new one. Slightly more hidden back to how it looked in Batman Begins, with that more bronzish tone. It's just amazing, that new one. Yep, I'm gonna probably, well, I was gonna sell this, but seeing as it fits in the new Dark Knight Rises Armory, I'll use it for that. So it's all worked out okay. Okay, and now we have the new Batman next to the most recent DX Hot Toys Heath Ledger Joker, but this is the DX32, not the artisan version with the rooted hair. This is sculpted hair. He does have a custom coat on, Topo 2.0 coat and under jacket as well, but the shirt, tie, vest, pants, chain, shoes, socks, head sculpt, body, all Hot Toys, but also the 2.0 Topo gloves as well, because they're more accurate. But height wise, that is exactly the height that your Hot Toys DX32 or DX33 Artisan Joker will be next to this Batman. I think they look good. Here's Batman with Bane 2.0, one of Hot Toys' best releases. Incredible looking figure. Check out the review on the channel if you haven't seen it. Check out the review for Joker. And that's how they look all together. Oh, and actually there is one more to add to the lineup here. I'll have to go up into the loft. And that was funny. I wish I had caught that on camera. I got up to go to the loft and I came around the corner and I went, oh shit, because there's no way I can get the ladder down with all the inner packaging here. So yeah, the idea was to go get the old original Hot Toys Scarecrow out to have someone from Batman Begins in the villain lineup there with Batman, but sorry folks, I have to have a big tidy up in here. There's just massive boxes in the way. So Hot Toys have definitely been stepping up their game and making some big improvements to figures that they'd already done in the past. And I think we all know why. And if that's what it took, then that's what it took to get us to what I'm looking at right now. Well done. Alright, let's take a look at the Bruce Wayne figure. It's like a power pose figure, so it's not posable, where you can move the neck around, kind of turn his head, but the arms are fixed in this position. That's fine because it's a very realistic look. He's got his leg brace on, and his trainers, sneakers, footwear, muscle tone, it's all very convincing. Black shorts, black t-shirt. Watch out for your black t-shirt staining your neck area. It's a bit of an issue in the past, but I'm sure you'd have to watch out for that now too. I'm using the cable that I need to power the light up feature on the armory on the rotating base at the moment, folks, so I'll have to just give you this bit of footage of Bruce Wayne turning, and then I'll light up the armory. I really like it. The prototype was very different in the head sculpt, but what we've ended up with likeness wise is pretty strong, but that obvious transition where you can remove the back of the head to move the eyes, that is very ugly from the sides. It's just not blended in very well at all. More care, more effort could have been put into that, that's for sure. Okay folks, this is a really classy bit of kit, and it's special, this particular armory, because this is underneath Wayne Manor. This is what Bruce Wayne always envisioned as his setup for keeping his suit safe, having all his gear close to hand. So as much as I like the look of the one from the Dark Knight, that was really just a temporary emergency setup while Wayne Manor was being rebuilt after the events of Batman Begins, but this right here is what Bruce Wayne really wanted. Well, I wanted to know for sure about whether the gloves should be on this suit when it's in the armory or not. To me, it would make sense that they wouldn't be, because that would mean that there's some kind of mannequin, you know, for the suit, and that's not the case. It's supposed to be, I think, hanging from those kind of metal rods above the shoulders. And in the Dark Knight, when he's talking to Alfred and Alfred's telling him the story about the rubies, the gloves are not on the suit when it comes out of the ground. So I'm gonna leave it without the gloves on, even though Hot Toys was showing it in all their images with the gloves on. It doesn't really make sense to me to have the gloves there, so that's how I'm gonna rock it. But that old Hot Toys armory, it fits in there pretty snug. It looks fine to me. Can't get over how incredible this new Batman suit is. It's not just the suit, it's the proportions and the realism to it. Just an amazing looking figure. And a really nice cape. And the Bruce Wayne ain't bad at all. And all these cool accessories on the sides here, these little panels slide out. It's pretty easy to put together. Nice system. Beautiful kind of wet look to the glass. We'll check that out close up soon. It's a really, really cool design. Simple, effective. The light passes through it really nice. It's just an incredible thing. Folks are gonna, you know, come in the room and they'll be drawn to this. I know it. Have to make space for it somehow. Well, that doesn't work. That's the Bruce Wayne head sculpt that either came with the DX19 or the latest Batman Begins that they released. I think it's the same head sculpt either way. But it does not work on here. No sir. It is too small. Skin tone's different. Does not work. Robert Pattinson, Hot Toys head, on the other hand, does work quite well. Now, he was nowhere near this beefy in the Batman movie, but it does kind of match up. Skin tone seems pretty much on point, and the proportions seem okay. So, I mean, you know, maybe some kind of, if you're a really big fan of the Batman movie, that does look pretty sick. I'm just gonna say, it looks pretty freaking cool. You know, get yourself a little, I don't know, changes, get rid of the leg brace and make it a bit more him. But the body and the proportions, the pose, that works. What do you think of that? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. It's pretty cool. Why does he look so sweaty? And these arms are quite wet looking as well. The legs not so much. But I wish the arms possibly a little bit more of a matte finish. I noticed though when I put it does connect on there, but it's very wobbly. It is on. I can't pull it off easily, but he won't really lean his head forward. His head just kind of wants to go back. So he'd kind of be looking up. But I suppose you can move the eyes on this, so you could have the eyes looking down with his head back, and he'd look really intimidating. It opens up into such a nice big scene, you know, it really fills the frame and looks really nice when you're taking pictures of it. It's so modern looking, you know, clear, sharp edges, lovely light up feature. And I do really hope Hot Toys make the Batman Begins armory. It wasn't really an armory, it looked like he just chucked it all in a big old chest, what should we call it, wardrobe or something, I don't know. Nice though if Hot Toys made that. But this is gorgeous, folks, absolutely stunning. Everything about it is a joy. A joy to work with and photograph and handle. Really, really nice. I know a lot of folks are holding out for the Dark Knight version, but be careful. This one right here, I'm telling you, this is what Bruce Wayne really wanted. This is it. This is the Batcave, not some emergency temporary bunker thing that he had, or whatever it was, underground. This is the Batcave Armory. Another thing this version has going for it is the beautiful life that's added to it from the water. The effect of the water sitting on the glass. And it is really, really convincing. It's all over it. And it looks especially good here on the back. I mean, that just tells you where this is from. You know, in the Batcave underneath Wayne Manor. The waterfall entrance. And then the rise is surrounded by water and rocks and slate from the looks of things. It's a beautiful effect that's all over this piece. Good strong hinges. Everything slides in and out, no worries. But that water effect is stunning. Just another reason to consider the Dark Knight Rises version from the Batcave. And this is how it looks when it's closed up. It looks just as nice closed as it does open. And the nice thing about this version from the Dark Knight Rises is you can see all of the accessories and ammunition and gadgets. You can see it all just as clearly, actually clearer than you can when it's open. So I think that's another thing that is going for it. I can't tell you how gorgeous that water effect is. That's something you got to see in person. It really is very convincing. It really is stunning. This is not something to sleep on, folks. If you're holding out for that Dark Knight version, I think this one's just better. Not from a construction execution point of view. I haven't seen the new one, it's not out yet, from the Dark Knight, but I just think this is beautiful. And like I said, it's actually from the Batcave. This is what Bruce Wayne wanted. This is what he envisioned. And this is it. It's here. And it is not to be slept on. This is gorgeous, folks, honestly. I have to find somewhere to put it. It's got to be on display. I might put it on the rotating base, but I need the cable for the light up feature for the rotating base, so as it's rotating it won't be lit up. So I'll just let you get a bit of that now. It really bounces off everything and looks really... oh, that water effect right there. Oh man, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I really like... I don't know, I was never interested in having a Bruce Wayne in a suit. I did bash one together once with a cane from the Dark Knight Rises years and years ago. But that's another thing. Bruce Wayne in a suit, I don't know, just doesn't... it's not something I want in the collection. But when I saw this, I thought, well, this makes more sense, because you got the leg brace. That's very much a reminder that this is, Bruce Wayne about to put on his suit and become Batman. The strong folded arm pose, I really like that. And we know what moment from the movie that pose is from, when Alfred's trying to warn him. Yeah. But this version of Bruce Wayne started to appeal to me. I mean, the only reason I got this whole setup was for the new Batman, but I didn't mind as I started to come around to the idea of getting the new Batman and having to get this as part of it. Really started to come around on this look. It might get a bit old after a while, it's just him standing there with his arms folded in black t-shirt and shorts and trainers, but I don't know, it's from such a specific moment, and it's a very right transition, a transition from Bruce Wayne to Batman. I mean, that's why it works so nice having these two standing there like that, because moments later, and I think about things like, is he wearing this t-shirt and shorts under this, because it must be cold, but the suit, I can't imagine the suit being that warm, especially putting on down there in the cave where it's all wet and cold. Can't be a very comfortable thing to wear. But this makes me kind of think of things like that, rather than him just being all suited and booted. I've had enough of that, to be honest. This is more Bruce Wayne literally about to get dressed, in his gear and become the Dark Knight. again, it just seems more convincing with this one. With the Bruce Wayne head on there, it just seems more believable that his body is in this suit. The proportions just look better. It all looks more convincing, more real than it ever has before. Here's the Bruce Wayne head on the new Batman body, holding the empty cowl. Looks good. Looks very good. I can't blame you if you wanted to display it all like this. He was just about to put on the cowl, even though he should have eye makeup on, but we'll forgive that. Or he's just taken off the cowl and he's returned from a night of crime fighting. This is certainly a very cool way to display him. Never before in a Hot Toys figure have I seen the Bruce Wayne head on a Batman suit and thought that is a very cool option for display. Never quite before has it looked this good. It is something, folks. So what would I give Bruce Wayne out of 10? He's going to lose a hell of a lot of points for that horrible seam in the side of the hair and the top of the hair because of the removable section at the back. It's still a great looking Bruce Wayne though. It's a power pose Bruce Wayne, so you can't really pose it other than the neck movement. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, and I feel that's even quite generous considering how hideous that is. It's horrible at the side. It's a shame. As soon as we start getting to about there, and it starts to go away, and you've got a really cool, strong looking Bruce Wayne. It's like a 7 out of 10, out of push. It's not bad. It's a shame about that damn seam. They definitely could have done better than that. Easily could have fixed that. Didn't bother. The Batman figure, I'm giving a 10. Even though he's got the annoying elbow situation still. They definitely earned a 10 with this new Dark Knight Rises suit Batman. I really, really like it. So I'm going to give that a 10. The cape's awesome as well. Posability's really good. A lot of improvements made to the figure overall. Bruce gets a 7. Batman gets a 10. And the armory I would give a 10. Yeah, light up features nice, easy to work with, and it's got that beautiful water effect. Yeah, so Batman's a 10, Bruce Wayne's about a 7. The armory itself is a 10. It's a beautiful piece. So as a whole, 9 out of 10 for the whole set. The only thing holding it back from a 10 is Bruce Wayne's side profile with the hair. That transition from the removable section at the back is just horrible looking. Other than that, friggin' masterpiece. 9 out of 10. Definitely a must-have. I definitely think it's something you should get if you're a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy and you're the type of person who buys the Batmobiles and the armories and all this stuff. This is definitely well worth picking up. The Batman figure alone is incredible. Bruce Wayne's pretty damn good looking, and the armory itself is just something you got to see in person. It's absolutely exquisite. 9 out of 10 for the whole package. I hope you enjoyed the review, folks. It's been a lot of fun to film it. Had a wonderful end to 2004 on the channel and a pretty nice little start to 2005 as well. Still got 2 awesome figures from Caustic Plastic to review for you. The Mifune Samurai and Ronin figure, and the Dune Paul Atreides from InArt, and a few other bits and pieces as well. So keep it locked, subscribe, hit the like button, Follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333. Plenty of pictures going up on there. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.